plaisir pour être au duo avec Coach L.Shurman. Lennon, good morning.
Good
How
morning.
are you?
I'm good, and you?
Sorry for waking you up too early.
No problem.
I hear your alarm is ringing right now.
Yeah, my alarm is ringing right now.
So this is normally the time that you wake up?
Yeah, that's normally the time.
Okay. Well, today you had to wake up at what time?
5. 5 o'clock in the morning.
Well, I'm sorry. My apologies for that.
It's all right.
Lennon, how do you start your morning? Tea, coffee, water, and what time? Well, we already figured what time you wake up, which is 7. So how do you start your morning? Tea, coffee, water?
It's tea.
Tea?
Tea in the morning. Well, my morning is actually a little bit different.
Okay.
I wake up my kids.
Okay.
Because I have to bring my kids to school.
Yeah.
So I have to prepare everything for my kids, bring them to school. And then that's when my morning starts. That's when I'm at home afterwards. I take a cup of tea.
Okay. Sugar, milk?
Sugar. No milk.
No milk?
No.
Any particular reasons? No?
No.
Just preference?
It's just preference.
Okay.
But I drink the Seychelles vanilla tea.
Ah. So you probably have a few different types of tea. You prefer the Seychelles tea?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well.
Okay. Vanilla flavor
Yeah.
preferably. Okay. All right. So, Coach Sherman.
Yes.
This is how they call you. Now, how did this start? Basketball. Let's talk a little bit about your history. Apparently, you're Seychellois.
Yeah.
But
All right.
You speak with an English accent, well, with an American accent.
With an American accent.
Okay,
yeah.
so talk a little bit about that.
Okay. I am Seychellois.
Yes.
People think I'm not Seychellois, but I am.
Okay.
Now we're live on TV. Everybody in Seychelles know I am Seychellois. I was born here in Seychelles. But we left when I was 3 months old.
Okay.
So we left to Africa.
Okay.
And then from Africa, we went to the States.
Okay.
I've been traveling a lot. From the States, afterwards, I went to Europe, to Switzerland.
Okay.
And that's where I spent most of my whole time. Like, I was like 25 years in Switzerland.
Okay.
But I was traveling back and forward, like Switzerland and the States. So that's why my American accent. Because my uncle is also American, and he used to live here.
Yeah.
He used to work for the American U.S. Army, so that's why it's my American accent. A lot of people here in Seychelles, they go more to England, but I'm more American side, yeah.
Okay, all right. So let's come back to Seychelles. Born and raised, which district?
Born and raised in Le Mamel.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was born here at the Montfleury Hospital, but my family, we were raised in Le Mamel.
And then you left, went to Africa.
Went to Africa.
Which country in particular?
We went to Tanzania.
Okay.
And then from Tanzania, we went afterwards to America, to Virginia.
Okay.
Stayed a little bit in Virginia.
How long about?
About 5 to 6 years.
How old were you when you left Virginia?
I was about, that was 1985, so I was about 8 years old.
Okay.
Yeah. So from there, afterwards, I went to Europe, to Switzerland.
Yeah.
And from there, I've been living in Switzerland like almost my whole life. I did my whole education and everything I did in Switzerland.
But with the American accent?
The American accent, it stays. Because, no, the thing is also when I grew up, I went every time. I've been going back to America for holidays and all that.
Okay.
And also through my sport, which will come back later on, because everybody thinks my main sport is basketball, but it's not actually.
So you're about to reveal a secret.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So
you stayed in Switzerland.
Yeah.
Until how old were you when you?
Well, I stayed in Switzerland till about 30-something.
Okay. And then what happened then?
And then I moved to Thailand.
Gosh, you've traveled the world. Okay.
I lived in Thailand for 10 years.
Okay.
So I was coaching also in Thailand in a high school.
How's now I've got to ask you. So America, Europe, well, let's be precise. Virginia, Switzerland, and then Thailand. That is 3 very different worlds.
Yeah.
A little bit from, okay, let's talk about America. The world in America, basketball in America?
Well, actually, when I was in America, I didn't do basketball.
Okay.
Okay. I was more into swimming.
Okay.
I was a sprinter, like 100 meters and all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
I wasn't into no basketball, no nothing.
So you can run for your money?
Yeah. Well, now I'm a little bit older. We can try now, but I think
You-
I still got it.
You could do a dash.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. And swimming?
Swimming, I still can swim, but
What was your favorite? There's butterfly, breaststroke,
breast,
backstroke. Your specialty.
it was more breaststroke.
Okay.
It was more breaststroke, and I was pretty good in it when I was young, but you know, when you get older, you see other stuff, you
Yeah.
start thinking about different other kind of stuff, and then
Yeah.
you get into different things, so you stop stuff. But when I went from America to Switzerland, I was still doing that.
Okay.
And actually, the sport, basketball and all that, it came later.
Okay.
It came later because I was also playing soccer. Because in Europe,
Yes, soccer is a big thing.
soccer is a big thing.
Yeah.
So if you don't play soccer in Europe, then something is wrong with you.
So you have to learn.
So you had to learn to play soccer.
Okay. And what was your position in soccer?
Soccer, I was striker.
Okay.
I was striker. And then when I got older, because I was also tall, getting tall, they told me, okay, you can play also a goalkeeper. So
Yeah. So you switching from one to
yeah.
the other. All right. Okay. So we move on. We go to Thailand now.
Thailand.
That's a
That's
whole
again a different country.
That's a whole different world.
Yeah.
How did that turn around?
Well, the thing happened is I got injured. I got injured and I couldn't do my sport anymore.
Okay.
So I had my Achilles killed.
Yeah.
So I set out for 2 years in Europe, and then I asked myself what to do. And my friend, they were always going to Thailand for holidays, and I wanted once to go to an Asian country for holiday. So we went and everything, and the food is cheap over there. Everything was cheaper over there.
Yeah.
So I liked it, and then I said, why not go to Thailand and stay for a while over there
Okay.
and see how it is? So I tried to go over there. I got my education visa to learn the
Yeah.
language and everything. So I stayed over there.
So you know the language.
Well, now not anymore. I understand. I like if some people talk, I will still understand it, but to respond back, I cannot because normally I speak 7 languages.
Okay.
Okay, so the older you get, the harder it is if you don't talk. Okay, so sometimes also in English,
Yeah.
sometimes I pronounce stuff different because sometimes your head is thinking like French or German or
Yeah.
Swiss German and stuff like that. So I pronounce it different and I say it different. So it's
That's a bit
hard.
of an
It's-
issue.
Yeah, it's hard to maintain those languages.
7 languages.
Yeah, I
Can you?
speak
Okay.
English, Swiss German, German, French, Italian, Spanish, and Creole. But now, Spanish and Italian,
Okay.
it's I understand everything.
Yes.
But when I have to respond to you, you have to give me 5 to 10 minutes to come back to you because I have to think a different language and all that. And also Creole for me is hard
Okay.
because
But it's similar to French.
it's similar to French. It's like a broken French,
Yeah.
actually. But when I respond, sometimes I'm thinking in French and then I respond to you in French.
Okay.
Like my players always tell me, Coach,
Don't try.
stop. It's all right. We know what you're saying, but just talk English. We're used to you English. And I'm like, okay, all right, okay. So,
So we come back to Seychelles
yeah.
and we start with basketball. Where did no wait? Hold on.
Wait,
Before we come
okay.
back to Seychelles, where did basketball? come in on?
Basketball came. Okay, my first actually sport is American football.
Yeah.
I played American
I
football.
figured that one. Okay.
Okay. So, but what happened is, okay, in the 90s, this cliche, tall black guy, he can play American football. At the same time, he can play basketball. So this is how afterwards I came into basketball. Basketball was my second sport, actually. And that's how I came into basketball. So everywhere where I went with American football, I joined the basketball team.
Okay.
Or it was a high basketball or low team. It doesn't matter. I just joined that team.
Yeah.
So that's how it came to basketball. But if you talk about basketball, I wasn't, okay, I was a good player.
Yeah.
Okay, but I'm not going to say I'm the best player. I was just like every normal
Like an
black,
average player.
Yeah, average player,
Yeah.
you see. But if you talk about American football, it's a different dimension. That's where I did everything. So, but basketball came like this to be a coach afterwards
Okay.
is I started to coach American football, young kids, and then they just took me into that basketball thing, just like with playing.
Yeah.
And as I got injured, and my coaches in American football, they saw me, I can be a coach actually.
Yeah.
And that's how I moved on. But when I moved to Thailand, they don't play American football over there.
Yeah.
So I had to decide, okay, let me continue with my basketball coaching. So I started to coach private over there with kids, and then afterwards it just came like that, that the academy asked me if I want to coach them, and then a high school came and asked if I can coach the high school team.
Yeah.
And that's how I continued to progress into my coaching. But I never went and do like a level coaching.
Okay.
Because it was everything I learned from coaches which were from the States and
Yeah.
everything. So I never went and do a certification after that. But what happened afterwards, why I came to Seychelles, is I said if I can achieve stuff in other countries with other kids
Yeah.
in basketball, why can I do it here in Seychelles, where I'm from?
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, I always say you have to be humbled, okay?
Yeah.
Remember where you come from and try and do something at home. So I said I'll come back home and see how it works here. But when I came here, I didn't coach. I was working. That was when I got up at 5 o'clock in the morning and I went to work. So,
Okay.
but afterwards I said, okay, what can I do? I checked out a little bit how Seychelles is with the basketball and everything. And then I said, okay, what can I do?
Yeah.
And first, they wanted me to play basketball
Okay.
here in Seychelles.
They try to put you in the team.
Yeah. So
You want to reveal which team it is?
I was at PLS Hawks at the
Okay.
beginning. Okay, because
So you played with them.
No, I did the training with them because
Okay.
I was living in, what's that? Assoc.
Okay.
And the closest team was Plaisance. So the coaches told me, okay, try and play over there. And I was like, I haven't played for 10 years. What you expect from me? So I trained with them, but and then afterwards I moved to Beauvalon. And then as soon as I moved to Beauvalon, I went to Beauvalon Heat.
Yeah.
And the coach also over there, he knows me since I'm small because, okay, I'm from Le Mamel, but afterwards, my auntie, she moved to Beauvalon.
Okay.
So every time when we used to come to holidays, I was every time over there in Beauvalon.
Yeah.
So everybody
Mama
knows-
la cour, as we say.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So the coach knew me, and then he said, come on, play basketball. And I'm like, coach, I'm now, when I came here, now I'm 45. When I came here, I was 38, something like that. I said, coach, I'm too old for that. He said, no, let's play, just try. And so I tried for one season, but and then I said, look, I'm more into coaching. And that's where I started my first coaching here in Seychelles,
Okay.
actually.
So your first team to coach.
Was a ladies team. And
Ah.
this people don't know actually.
Okay.
I coach actually the Beauvalon Sonics here in Seychelles.
Okay.
And people don't know that actually, that I coach. Well, some players which were in that team, they still know that
Yeah.
I was coaching them. But everybody thinks I coached another team before here in Seychelles, but actually not. I coached the ladies team.
Interesting. And if I was to ask you a question,
Yeah.
which team, which one is easier to coach, the ladies or the guys? Putting you a bit on the spot right there.
Well, I'll say the ladies is easier. Okay.
Easier to work with.
It's easier to work with because, okay, we guys, we always have this kind of ego.
Yeah.
Okay, we know everything and all that, so
We're not really ready to listen.
yeah,
Okay.
I have to say it frank. We like that, and the ladies, they ready to listen. Okay, you have sometimes some ladies which don't want to listen, but this is like everywhere. But it was easier with the ladies than with the men's team.
How would you define the physical conditions of the women's team? Would you say they have what it takes to compete at a high level?
If I say it now, well, okay. I have to answer you this like this, different.
Okay.
I think the concentration on the ladies' teams here in Seychelles, we didn't put too much concentration on that. Okay, we didn't focus too much on that.
We neglected the ladies. Okay.
But it's not something bad. I don't want to say it's bad, okay?
Okay.
Because in sports all over the world is you concentrating on man, oh, it's football, basketball, volleyball, whatever.
Yeah.
It's first the man, and then afterwards we realize, okay, now we have to
Do something about the ladies.
do something about the ladies, you see? The ladies, well, now I'm coaching the national team. You have a couple of ladies which are fit,
Okay.
but it's just some stuff which lack of some basics in basketball and all that kind of stuff. But if I compare to other countries, there are some other countries which are on our same level, and our problem is we don't have enough exposure.
Okay.
You see, this is our main problem, because if we had more exposure overseas, then our sports would be much different.
I got somebody who says, what about getting the girls and the guys to train together? And maybe that would up the games of the ladies. Would you think that would work?
That
to
will
push
work.
The ladies
Yeah.
a little bit?
Well, what I'm doing is now, okay, I'm training the ladies national team
Yeah.
right now. What I'm gonna do, the ladies are gonna have some friendly games here in Seychelles, but I'm gonna let them play those friendly games against second division's men's team.
Okay.
So this will make them a little bit stronger, and they have to work more
Yeah.
for it.
Because I remember in athletics when we used to run, I used to like to run with the guys because they would push me further to run a
Exactly.
bit faster.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because it motivates you also as a lady, as a girl,
To beat the boys.
to beat the boys, right? Because you already hear about the boys. The boys are faster. The boys are this. So you, as a girl, you're like, if I could beat him, then
That
this
would
was,
shut them up.
Yeah. So no, but I'm trying to do something like that. That
Okay.
they can play at least against the second division teams.
Yeah.
Because I have my own second division team.
Yeah.
So we will start probably with that, and then afterwards I'll ask some other second division teams if they want to play friendly games.
Yeah.
So like this they can get, because we need to get stronger as the
Yeah.
ladies team needs to
Endurance as well?
endurance, they catching.
Okay.
They're catching up.
Now, what about in the schools? I know a lot of the times we say there's a lack of young talents, fresh blood, as we say. What are your thoughts on this? And especially when I want to talk about the guys, especially on the ladies'
On the
side.
ladies side,
Do you feel there's enough young people, young girls interested in basketball? And is there enough being done to promote basketball with girls?
well, okay, well this year we started something. The federation started something with we had like tournaments for young kids under 16.
Yeah.
Okay, and then they sorted out, they saw talent, they wrote it up and everything, and at that tournament I was there helping out, and I saw actually we have talent.
Okay.
Okay, we have talent, girls and boys. There is there, but what I think, okay, we should, how should I explain you that? You know, I know it from Europe, okay? Europe, we have like PE, just like you have here in Seychelles.
Yeah.
But in PE, we do everything,
Okay.
okay? In Europe, we have basketball, we have this. It's also 1 hour, 1.5 hour PE. We have a little bit everything.
Okay.
And now, when the PE teacher sees that, okay, she's a runner.
Okay.
She likes to run a lot. The PE teacher will talk with the parents and with the kid and say, look, why don't you try and get your kid into running?
Okay.
Because we see
That's
she
where they're
loves
good
it,
at.
that's where she's good at, and put it over there.
Yeah.
It's just like those kids which like to fight a lot.
Yeah.
Okay? Put them in boxing or put them in karate or something like that, because the trainer over there, he will put them afterwards straight in line, and they will learn something where they can use all the abilities of boxing and all
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. And this is what I think sometimes it's
It's lacking in
it's
Seychelles?
lacking in Seychelles.
Okay.
This is my opinion. okay?
Identifying talents.
Identifying talents. This is, okay, we try in basketball right now, But we should have done that before.
Okay.
Because, okay, I also go and identify talents in basketball, and I realized I have players which are now 25, 26, 27. And if we had them taken them before, they could have gone far in basketball.
Okay.
Okay? Like, I have a couple of players which are now overseas,
Yeah.
which are playing, but we have to realize, okay, sports is getting younger and younger and younger.
Yes.
Okay? And because sport is getting younger and younger and younger, and sports is a business. Okay? Nowadays, when I talk to coaches overseas about scholarships and all that stuff in basketball, they're already talking to me about kids 13 and 14 years old.
Okay.
Okay?
Do you have any of potential kids at that age that you feel that could possibly be going overseas for scholarships in basketball?
Yeah, I seen potential kids here in Seychelles.
Okay.
I seen a lot of potential kids. Okay, we not lack of potential here in Seychelles. It's just, okay, I understand parents and teachers, they said, okay, education first and then
Yes.
sports. That's normal. My mom told me the same thing, okay? So
Yes.
that's nothing different, okay? Back in the
Across
days
the
and now
world, it's the same.
the same.
Mummies
Yeah.
are just the same.
This is the same.
Okay.
I understand that, but if you get a scholarship, you have education and sports with it.
It's a
okay?
mix, isn't
It's a
it?
mix.
Yeah.
So your child actually has the education which you want,
Yeah.
and at the same time, he has that sports which he likes.
Okay.
So when I talk sometimes to parents here in Seychelles, they say, yeah, but I want first the education. And I explain them, yeah, but your child will get education over there.
It's
It's
together. It's a partnership.
Okay? It's together. You have education and sports together. And then they tell me, no, but we want them first here, education and all that. And I say, look, the longer you wait,
They're gonna lose out.
they're going to lose out, because when you're 18, it's already too late.
Okay.
Okay? It's already too late. And the world out there, it's hard.
Yeah.
People sometimes, they don't understand. When I tell my players sometimes, you have it good here in Seychelles, because life outside is not like this here in Seychelles. It's hard. And in sports, it's more harder, because
That's competition, isn't
the
it?
middle point, you sell your body. Okay?
Okay.
This is how it is in sports. Okay?
Yeah.
You have to sell your body, and there is big competition. And we don't like in Europe, we don't count. In some countries, we don't count as foreigners, but in some countries, we count as foreigners, and we're competing against Americans and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So it's real hard, and people don't know Seychelles, really. They still don't know Seychelles. When I say Seychelles, they're like,
Where is that?
where is that? I'm like, small island. When I say Mauritius, they're like, okay. I say, but Seychelles is not far from Mauritius. And then they say, okay. So people still don't know Seychelles, and Seychelles as a sport
Yeah.
country, people don't know.
Sherman, I know we've talked about
Yeah.
a lot of the I don't want to say problems, but I say challenges.
Challenges, yeah.
Challenges that we have, especially when you identify young talents and you have to explain to the parents, and there's that boundary where you can't overlap, because the parents are all about not really understanding.
Yeah.
Perhaps a lack of information, a lack of understanding on what you're offering these kids.
Yeah.
But are you hopeful for basketball in Seychelles? Now, you've seen the guys, you've seen the ladies, you've seen the boys, you've seen the girls, and you have your 3T Elite Basketball Academy.
Yeah.
Now, from that, how old of how young are the kids that are coming into your academy?
Okay, first of all, you asked me if I'm hopeful.
Yes.
If I wasn't hopeful,
You wouldn't be here.
I wouldn't be here. I'm already 7 years here. If I
Okay.
wasn't hopeful, I'd be already gone.
Okay.
But I see something. I have kids. Okay, I have now kids from 6 years old to
Yes.
16.
Okay.
Okay. What I do is I train them. Afterwards, when they reach 16, they play in my second division team.
Okay.
Because I have a second division team, which is the St. Louis Saints.
Yeah.
So this is what I want to do. I train them, and then they can play in the second division team. Now, hopefully, I just hope that our youth program, which is going on here in Seychelles, is going to continue.
Yeah.
Because the federation is trying to do like tournaments for under 16 and all that.
Okay.
So like this, my under 16 players in the academy, they can play as a team in those tournaments.
Okay.
So this is what I'm building up right now. I have some other stuff in the pipeline which I don't want to give out right now, because if not, people are going to say, all right, now he's going to do this. But this is what I'm trying. And what I offer those kids in the academy is, if I see somebody is good, I try and talk to them and see for overseas opportunity.
What are your thoughts on training the trainers? Could upping the level of our coaches and trainers help our game here in Seychelles, basketball levels in Seychelles?
That's a good question. No, well, our coaches, the problem is we don't have enough coaches.
Okay.
Okay? Because when I see it, I have one coach which is coaching a man's team, and then at the same time he's coaching a ladies' team.
Okay.
You see? So we don't have no young upcoming coaches. We're trying to work on that to get also new coaches coming in. Like me right now, as the national team coach, I took 2 ladies, which actually the ex-national team players.
Okay.
And I took one lady which has actually, she did the coaching certification, but she didn't have nowhere where
she wasn't really practicing.
Yeah, practicing it. So I told her, I said, I'll give you the opportunity, come with me, be my assistant coach, that afterwards, later on, we will have at least one lady coach.
Yeah.
And then I took my manager, which is actually, she's also been in the courses with me in coaching.
Yeah.
And I took her also on my team. And I'm trying like this to get some ladies coaches in, because I think sometimes, if you look overseas, they have ladies coaches coaching men teams.
Yeah.
And it's a big success.
Now, how do you, somebody asked the question, how do you go about recruitment for the coaching staff?
For the coaching staff, well, me, I did it different, okay? I took 2 ex-national team players.
Okay.
Because, and plus I took ladies because, okay,
They're easy to work with?
No, it's not that. It's the thing, because I said I'm coaching a ladies national team.
Sorry.
So sometimes me as a man,
I
cannot say, okay, sometimes ladies, they have stuff which you, man, you don't know, okay? So, and
a lady is more relatable.
Yeah, it's more, she will talk more to her than to me.
Okay.
So that is one option which I took, but also I told her, like, she can be later on a coach.
Okay.
They can be later on a coach, and this is for me more important, because we don't have enough coaches, and ladies coaches, we ain't got none here in Seychelles.
Yeah.
Okay? In basketball, we only have men coaches. So
I won't end the conversation without having to ask you, what are your visions, aspirations, and goals for basketball?
for basketball, okay.
I know you're just a one man. There's so much you can do, but with this academy, what is the vision that you have for basketball in Seychelles?
Well, the main vision for basketball here in Seychelles is I want to get players international, overseas.
Okay.
Okay? Because La Réunion, Madagascar, everywhere, they have players international. And when those players, they come together, like you can play in Italy, France, blah, 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 but if you bring those different mentalities together, you get something different, you see? Like now I have one player which is in Spain. I have one player which is in France. I have one player which is he's doing his education in Scotland. And stuff like that, you see? And plus I got to know a player which is Seychellois. He was born in England and he's in England, okay? So now if you bring those players together and then you take players from Seychelles here, you put this together, you know what kind of mix you're gonna get. and you're going to get different kind of mentality and different kind of stories. And now you put this together and you go to an Indian Ocean game or to an international competition.
That's pretty mind-blowing.
And that's going to be something different, you see? And this is why you see other countries, they're moving forward. And this is what I want to do with my academy, because I have the opportunity. I have the opportunity and I have the stuff to give you to go overseas, you see? Because first of all, I speak 7 languages, okay? People overseas, they're happy if you can speak their language. It's just like us Seychelles.
Connecting. Okay.
Because you connect. Like if I go, like I was in a course here, a Swiss lady came, and I told her I lived in Switzerland, and she was already happy. You see? And then we speak Swiss German, and for them it's like, oh, okay, I'm a little bit at home. It's it's just like we Seychelles. If we go somewhere and somebody...
you meet the Seychelles, you're like, my people.
Yeah, so you're happy, you see? So this is one thing. And I want to move Seychelles basketball, okay? Now what I'm trying is, okay, I'm trying to help the ladies basketball also right now. That's why also I took the ladies national team, because I want to move now a little bit forward with the ladies basketball. And hopefully we'll make something. I know we'll make something happen, because I'm already talking with other people. We'll make something happen, and if we keep on moving how we're moving right now, it will happen. It will happen.
Last question. You got 2 seconds to answer me. Your NBA team?
I ain't got no NBA team. Everybody asks me the same thing. Since I've been watching basketball and since I've been playing basketball, I don't have no teams.
Really?
I just have individual players.
Okay, your best player?
My best player, okay, you want to tell me all time?
No, all time. We're wrapping up a few seconds.
Okay. For me, I have too many best players. I have Sean Kemp, which is in the 90s. I have Kevin Garnett, which is also in the 90s.
And right now?
Right now...
You're going to tell me LeBron James?
No.
Steph Curry?
No.
Okay.
I cannot even tell you, because right now...
Yes?
There's too many good young players coming up.
Okay.
Okay? LeBron James is a good player, but he's already old now. He's getting old. So there's good young players coming up, and basketball is changing again. You see? This is what I can say.
All right. Coach Shurman, it was an absolute pleasure meeting you. I wish we had more time to talk to each other, but we're going to move to another sport. All the best with your team. All the best with the academy. All the best with the ladies national team. I'll be on the seats supporting the team come the competition. On this note, it was an absolute pleasure meeting you this morning. Nous prenons une petite pause et là nous retournons. Nous causons avec l'autre association de sports. All right, nous continuons la conversation. Seychelles Canoeing Association, Sheila, chairperson. Vraiment rare qu'on voit une madame des positions chairperson. Peut-être à cause où on décide pour mettre tous les corps devant, soit on gagne thrown in the deep end comme si causé.
Et là, on passe noyer.
Oui.
Par exemple, nous coordinatrices village.
Oui.
Tu vois pour dire victime dans nazi. Par exemple, tu vois pour dire on habilité pour faire sport.
OK.
Par exemple, même là, tu commences à windsurfer.
Oui.
Après on a le canot. Canot fait peloton. Et après pas qu'on est là pour étudier. Couper paix, le rentrer dans les bons travail. Qui choisit ça, c'est.
OK.
Par exemple, nous pratiquons ça canoeing. Après, on sortit un coup.
OK.
Et après, on retourne encore. Je ne pas faire canot, mais seulement aide l'association de sa côté.
Mais c'est moi, on a dit là, pas des manos, on retourne dans un canot comme si des petits paddles.
Non, il demandait, mais seulement la présence qui m'a pratiqué peloton.
Oui.
La présence, alors,
Ou tu pourrais retourner à Quantico?
On peut aller à cause de mon PC, encourager mes enfants.
Oui.
Pour aller, mais seulement, mon papa ou personne pour entrer là-dedans.
Canoeing, Cécile, Philippe, c'est mon pour commencer la conversation avec vous. Comment il y a lié en ces moments la santé canoeing, c'est moi j'aime dire comme ça, sont la santé. Comment il y a été en ces moments?
Bon, pour le moment, à cause de canot qui nous fait diabète.
OK.
C'est à cause de temps que maman est pas pour l'école et nous gagnons quantité.
Oui.
Et après le temps on commence à tomber dans le monde travail,
oui.
Commence à gagner la famille,
oui.
Commence à gagner moins.
OK.
Et surtout le côté bonne maman beaucoup la phase de maman à cause Tenez l'état qu'on commence à peu près 12 ans, on va commencer à faire canoë. Mais là, nous sommes un système 7 ans. À cause 7 ans, il y a l'état côté maman qui apprendre.
Oui.
Et on a ça plus de façon écouter aussi tout.
OK.
Mais pour le
Discipline, le
moment,
côté discipline.
discipline, oui.
Et plus facile pour nous commencer avec un zen maman là peut-être dans drag un petit coup de la conversation ou qui passe dans sa limone pour
commencer,
plus petit.
Mais seulement quelque chose qui nous réalise avec maman, pas longtemps. Bonne quelque chose, tu vas faire cours d'école, comme il a pareil. Longtemps, nous avons le canot de samedi. We look forward pour nous après-midi, pas qu'à y aller au CF, faire les tours.
Oui.
Mais comme là, nous pas gagné à bonne à cause. Là, il y avait cette élève, je dis, ça, miss, nous besoin d'aller à cause de notre catéchisme.
OK.
Nous avons fait le samedi.
OK.
Pour exemple, y aller pour des ans et bonne l'école.
Oui.
Qui savent quoi nous perdre un peu à dette. Et pareil, fille, l'état avec Saint-Élaz, ou pas aux autres.
OK.
Vous comprenez? Comme ça, il m'a assez.
So, coach, qui nous peut faire stratégiquement pour l'année 2023, peut-être pour nous garder un peu nos bonnes zen, encourage, peut-être bonne fille, moi je fais une conversation, le côté basketball, encourage bonne fille pour continuer dans le sport, et peut-être, est-ce que ou, dans ces moments, on va donner des questions là, ou peut avoir un talent qui nous dit, ah, ça rien là-bas, nous capable avoir un petit quelque chose avec les dans les filles.
Bon, il vrai. Il y en a à date, c'est de côté filles.
Oui.
Actuellement, là, on peut vous dire au moins trois filles.
Oui.
Et il y en a qui, quand ils viennent, c'est nous contacter avec les parents tout court. On fait façon de dialogue avec les parents. À cause de, par exemple, faire sport, on peut essayer de développer quelque chose, ou bien ça c'est pour les parents.
Oui.
Et ça, franchement, de mon côté, on gagne ça pour les parents. Et l'autre côté, vrai, nous avons une maman qui est capable de prendre une place demain.
Oui.
Et pour ça, même mon côté des autres, bon, et vous montrer quelque chose qui en a. Si vous voulez ça, ça vous besoin faire, et vous pouvez gagner ça. Il n'y a personne qui va pas personne.
Une question intéressante qui notre coach, au choix de Sheila, si je les répondre, il demandait est-ce que canoeing y en a en place dans Indonesian Games? On connaît l'océan Indien, bienvenue très bientôt. Est-ce que canoeing ils font pas là-dedans?
Non. À cause, non, c'est à cause le temps, mon rappelle moi, fait canoeing en 86, on commence à faire canoeing. Mais tu es dans CCL et Réunion, tu fais canoë. Mais pour entrer dans un game, il faut demander dans 3 pays. À cause de médaille.
Oui.
Demande. Ça y est un règlement. Et actuellement là, pour mon courant, c'est un Maurice. Dans l'état qui est chairman, c'est un Maurice. Et Maurice est affilié actuellement. Avec la Fédération internationale. Et Madagascar aussi tout. Mais souvent la différence Madagascar, c'est qu'il ne peut pas faire qu'une bonne compétition. Il peut plutôt faire loisir.
OK. So, il y a une nécessité pour nous amener l'aspect compétitif dans le canoeing. Est-ce que c'est celle nous pouvons organiser une compétition chez là? Est-ce qu'il y en a assez de compétitions qui peuvent dérouler? Est-ce qu'il y en a assez de monde qui peut participer et pratiquer sa sport canoeing en ce moment?
Pareil, nous, Sylvie, nous travaillons les calendrier pour un an. Par exemple, dans les temps que nous avons un race, nous avons une expédition. Pareil, là, nous organisons là. Nous avons tous les samedis, nous posons les race. Pour bonne maman. Et nous deux. Mais seulement préparer là, nous pouvons essayer recommencer encore. Nous avons polo competition. Qui, pareil, problème, nous pouvons essayer de payer. Nous avons un chèque canoïste. Là, il y avait l'appel pour nous dire qui nous capable retourner, qui nous capable de donner un bon zen training.
Peut-être le côté ancien canoïste, est-ce qu'ils ont encore sa connexion? Est-ce qu'ils ont peut-être à cause qu'ils ont quitté, ils ont allé, ils pas rester, quand même, ou pas pratiquer sa sport, mais ou rester, ou donner sa soutien.
Non, autres qui viennent, mais seulement pas là. Nous pouvons essayer d'organiser un canoë festival. Quand nous pouvons mettre la journée pour nous dédier pour tout canoïste qui vivent, nous sommes des gens qui viennent battre les canoës, c'est pas gagné. Quelquefois, nous sommes pas capables de gagner sur la, comme si pesé encore qui a besoin.
Mon ami qui dit bonjour, I love canoeing, but do you plan to introduce kayak K1, K2 activities, rivers? mon pas trop rien comprendre Samuel. Bon, pour les autres, la guerre, ça la guerre.
Actuellement, si ma dit ça, dit bon, sa question.
Oui.
Actuellement, Seychelles, nous n'avons pas à la rivière
Oui.
pour la pratique ça.
OK.
Et quand on dit une petite sauce.
Oui.
Et surtout, ou besoin d'un bon regarder la rivière,
Oui.
ou parce à peu près 50 mètres en laser. Et après, il y a souvent des gens qui fait une activité pareille, slalom, tout ça là.
Oui.
Et mon déjà pratiqué un peu à slalom la Réunion,
Oui.
92. Et il est vraiment intéressant. Il vrai si nous sommes dans la rivière, nous pouvons faire.
Mais pas possible.
Il n'est pas possible. Oui.
OK. So K1, K2 activité, ça coupe cause de la rivière, ça.
Non. K1 et keto,
Oui.
il est différentes choses.
OK.
Donc, la rivière aussi, on a son K1, son keto.
OK.
Mais seulement, il plie l'eau,
Oui.
il plie fort.
OK.
Et après, nous avons un K1 keto qui nous sert pour speed.
OK.
Et lui, il va faire dans le lac,
OK.
soit la rivière qui n'a pas qu'un os, de l'eau tranquille,
OK.
et flat water, qui a fait une compétition, c'est ça, une activité que nous faisons ici.
OK.
Et
Peut-être que je
activement,
fais une bonne activité.
nous faisons en dernière fois, nous avons la mer calme.
OK.
Nous faisons des Kunibé,
Oui.
nous faisons en montagne dans l'Island,
OK.
nous faisons des pas derrière stade dans l'unité.
OK.
Nous faisons. Actuellement, nous n'avons pas, Paris ça Canoe pour faire compétition. C'est bon, nous avons un terrain. Côte, n'a pas qu'un bateau, ou pas si vous avez qu'un la roule,
Oui.
mais c'est difficile pour nous.
Il paraît moi un petit monde qui quand on sur canon parce qu'on est si vous pouvez écouter nous 952 peut-être 959 peut-être il y a ça va intéressant pour gagner contact avec l'association et canoeing is fun. I enjoy doing Eskimo rolls. Philippe
Yes,
ou langage ça hein.
Oui. Actuellement oui. À cause qu'il y a ça il y a stage qui nous fait avec maman et bon développement et si tu poses canot polo ou bien qu'on roll.
OK. Ah là on tombe dans l'eau mais c'est rouler.
À cause de canot polo il y a un malice là.
Ah OK.
Si mon papa cata derrière ou mon pousse pour s'avirer mon gain boule qui est intéressant souvent que nous programme là nous vision c'est on vite canot 10 Victoria mon déjà commencé un peu persévérance tous les mercredis on est un groupe persévérance actuellement on a 8 garçons il y en a encore une autre forme là on comprend mon papa 14 maman
ça veut dire on a l'espoir Philippe là hein
oui et plus que ça, pour le moment, 10 mois pour monter canot.
OK.
C'est ça.
All right.
Et qui nous travaille là, c'est faire course ici, organiser une course ici. Nous avons fait du monde international venir ici. Justement, avant nous faire ça, nous devons faire si nous avons 6 lois.
OK. Est-ce qu'on a des modèles passés, pareil, chez l'Indie, des canoïstes qui sont passés, peut-être qui va intéresser pour un coaching aussi tout?
Oui, c'est ça. C'est ça que nous devons travailler là. Qui moi, nous avons à peu près 7 ans, quand même 5-10 ans. Quand nous avons vu ça sport dans la ville.
OK.
On voyait un peu en Soyal. On déjà commencé en Soyal.
Régional, comme ça peut causer la ville.
En Soyal. Et puis on se boit l'eau.
Oui. Dans le nord, peut-être?
Dans le nord aussi. Oui. Et actuellement, on travaille avec Persévérance, une bonne coopération.
OK.
Et depuis, c'est regarder. Si vous avez un petit lancement en mer.
Oui.
Et après, vous autres mettez pour un petit building, quand vous avez une facilité toilette, filles et garçons. Et pour ça aussitôt, si vous avez un peu d'équipement, vous pouvez venir contre moi. Nous allons travailler ensemble pour aider les autres à un peu d'équipement. Et pour ça, quand on a l'équipement, on a 10 personnes aussitôt.
Yes.
Qu'il est temps de nous faire compétition en ville. Nous avons des sorties en Soyal, en Sboalo, dans le nord.
Oui.
Nous sommes ensemble, nous faisons
une petite compétition. Par exemple, pour mettre un petit pickle là, prendre la digue, côté nous jouer là-dedans, côté nous venir là-dedans.
Pour aller la digue,
oui.
Des actes pour commencer.
OK.
Avant de dépasser. Mais après, nous avons un fait dans le travail pour aller. Mais après, 10 l'équipement, il a dormi. Pour le moment, nous n'avons pas personne.
Ça veut dire dans l'équipement pour aller. La digue aussi dans l'équipement.
La digue, non, mais après, une fait tourne pour aller à cause de la personne.
OK, ça veut dire nous avons potentiel pour nous pour aller, pour nous la digue, mais il demande un 10
gens. 10 gens pour venir, pour les cas intéressés. À cause de nous, l'association, nous pas employés, nous.
Oui.
Mais seulement nous créons 10 gens pour les cas faire activité. Et pour exemple, nous avons un document NSC.
OK.
NSC, difficilement pour donner ça pour lui.
OK. Question, est-ce que nous avons sa possibilité peut-être encourage bon expatriés qui peut travailler Seychelles, qui peut-être il fait sa sport encourager pour entrer dans ça pour mener un petit peu plus de compétition?
Exactement.
Allez, Philippe.
Vous êtes dans Eden Island.
Oui.
Il y a un beau pays canoïste là-bas.
Oui.
Et nous faisons un programme que nous pouvons faire un peu d'activité, que nous pouvons créer Eden Island là-dedans.
Oui.
Et en plus, nous on est un peu sponsor.
À cause de nous, Eden Island, il a fait un team lui-même, hein?
Oui, oui. Nous on est un peu sponsor. Il n'y a pas beaucoup.
Oui.
Mais le temps nous pouvons mener Eden Island là-dedans. Il aussi capable de taper la porte pour nous.
OK.
Quand nous faisons l'événement.
Oui.
Et moi, je suis intéressé.
Philippe, moi pas un expert là-dedans, mais là on dit moi besoin l'endroit où la mer est calme, moi besoin l'endroit où n'a pas la roule. Moi peut imaginer là, moi peut de rail la providence peut monter côté tel côté une télévision là, il y a ça lac men mid lac là qui entre Cebu avec ça c'est mais peut-être à cause de pas explorer possibilité, est-ce qu'il y a bon endroit, est-ce qu'il y a mauvais endroit, est-ce qu'ils ont des Amazoniens considérés il y a assez long là comme c'est causé.
Actuellement avant, on a ça posé.
Oui.
Mais seulement après une subtilité qui raison, tu as un problème de facilité du SARS.
OK.
Qui tombe dans l'endroit
Oui.
et premièrement pas bon pour la santé.
Oui.
Mais seulement l'activement là que chose il résoudre.
Oui.
Et tout
nous devons commencer à dialoguer Philippe pour besoin de vite.
Pas vite là.
OK.
Seulement à cause pareil nous besoin veiller marée aussitôt.
OK.
À cause dans la mer c'est pas faire rien.
Oui.
C'est quand même.
Oui.
Si la mer est pleine, il OK.
Oui.
On peut aller un problème. Oui oui.
Est-ce que nous pouvons imaginer ça veut dire il y a une bonne considération que nous pouvons imaginer là hein?
Yes.
All right, OK. Nous continuons la conversation vitement Philippe, nous avons encore 2-3 petites minutes pour recruitment par nous dire qui stratégie vous avec l'école peut-être l'école primaire ou secondaire pour aller dans l'école pour encourager les enfants pour entrer dans ce sport et peut-être il y a un moment même pas ni connaît ça sport qui existait nous connaissons basketball nous connaissons football nous connaissons volleyball la cause est un petit peu populaire mais ben sport comme ça qui est intéressant qui pour dire fun moi pas pour moi non parce que entrer des canaux et c'est intéressant pour pratiquer. Est-ce que vous pouvez imaginer un plan entrer dans l'école introduire sport
actuellement nous
tu peux imaginer open day.
OK. Nous c'est fait open day. À cause avant nous aller dans l'école c'est pareil dans l'école qui prévoit nous quand même nous appose autres maman pas tenir.
Oui.
Qui fait des qui tenir pas. Après aussi à cause qui fait ça. Par exemple les temps avant mon cas d'une c'est bon perdre temps.
Oui.
Mais à cause sport mais les autres bonnes facilités qui viennent qui en a de la cour.
Oui.
C'est pas facile.
Oui.
Seulement n'a pas rapport sur continuer.
Ça veut dire open day pour canoeing, il est au plan chez là. Est-ce qu'on a un mois peut-être n'a pas un petit mois? Est-ce qu'ils ont commencé à imaginer un mois qu'ils ont envie de faire aller?
Non, nous pouvons faire nos EGM en masse.
OK.
Après nous pouvons présenter nos calendriers.
OK.
Présent nous pouvons imaginer nous faire des vacances seulement vacances avril. Quand nous pouvons faire open day nous pouvons faire la journée quand maman est venir.
Oui.
Faire autres habitués pour un canot, pagailler, guetter, tester autres sur canal, c'est un chiquet à cause de connaître.
Get the gist of it par nous dit. Oui.
Après nous va continuer nous pousser à votre l'école et puis dans la ville.
Oui.
Comme ça nous pousser.
On a une petite question qui dit Philippe, how about on s'open au Cap now devant Norwa? It's perfect for kayak practice, calm waters.
Il est bon question. Mais seulement, par exemple, dit
pour traîner.
Mais ça m'a dit que là-bas.
Oui.
Et après aussi, qui nous peut aider, nous pouvons m'aider, c'est tout coach.
OK.
Bon, à cause actuellement là, tout le monde même là. On traîne maman cadet,
Oui.
on traîne junior,
Oui.
on traîne senior. On a dit mon sac est plein.
OK.
Bon, il n'est pas une mauvaise question à cause si tout le temps cascade.
Oui.
L'autre côté sapon et les silences là.
Oui.
Idéal pour faire activité là.
All right. Sheila. Any last words on envie de passer avec bandi monde qui peut écouter nos audios bon matin le côté canoeing.
Moi j'avais encouragé bonne fille pour joindre nous.
Oui.
Qui nous si bonne madame nous ka monter bonne chez nous là.
Oui.
Vini bonne ancien canoïste. Coste nous était moyen nous ka aider.
Et GM quand pour faire Sheila, est-ce qu'on a une date peut-être pour encourager bandi monde pour venir?
Nous pas cette date.
Oui.
À cause de nous avons fini faire un bon audit, un document.
Oui.
Nous avons fait un ordre pour nous présenter au comité.
Oui.
Après, nous avons fait nous EGM.
Mais c'est moi on dit en masse pour pas.
Yes.
OK, ça veut dire que et quand il y a des gens qui connaissent qui sont en Haïti, est-ce qu'ils ont des plateformes, réseaux sociaux, qui ont des informations là?
Nous publions dans la show.
Oui.
Après nous groupe nous publier.
OK. Le
WhatsApp.
Le WhatsApp.
Oui.
Est-ce que pas peut-être un réseau social de Canoeing pour promouvoir ça? C'est pour que l'Amazon était bien comme là. On doit être franc, il a réseau social. Est-ce que peut-être ça y est, là, à cause de Magazine, entrer là-dedans pour donner un peu plus d'informations aux autres l'association?
Il peut m'ouvrir quelque chose.
Oui.
Il est bon. D'un côté.
Philippe, any last words dernier nous passons
bon, actuellement, pour mettre ça point devant, le côté canoeing,
oui.
Pour pas des garçons qui se faire canoë.
Oui.
Il fait garçon tout.
Oui.
Et nous la classe commence 3h30 jusqu'à 5h. Ça pour maman.
Oui.
Et à dire aussi qu'il a besoin de nous. Il n'a pas besoin.
Là, Sylvie finit tombe là-dedans.
Nous commençons 4h30 jusqu'à 6h, 6h15.
OK. Et quand nous faisons tout ça là?
Nous faisons pas de bassin nazé.
Oui.
Au Skyman.
OK.
Jusqu'au sabot de 7 ans jeté avant.
All right. Et si on a aucun monde qui a envie de plus d'informations, est-ce que nous avons un numéro de contact qui nous a donné aux autres matin?
Contactez-moi le D8N 3057.
OK. 3057, D8N 3057. Philippe, c'est un plaisir pour avec vous aujourd'hui bon matin. Sheila, merci pour venir, pour donner plus d'informations au Seychelles Canoeing. Pour espérer à travers nos conversations, ou qui dans la cour, ça ancien canoïste, Sheila, c'est l'appel dit, ou venez pour donner sa soutien. Coach, il dit, ou qui est intéressé, jeunes enfants, comment adultes, et pas trop tard pour commencer, pour venir participer dans un tel événement canoeing. Et Jeremy fait en marche. Je suis là pour donner plus d'informations plus tard. Mesdames et messieurs, ça c'était une Topik Conversation pour aujourd'hui bon matin.